I didn't send out regular invitations, because this isn't just a regular wedding. This is something meant to go beyond limits, to challenge the way we think about love, ambition, and building a life together. If you've ever felt that love should be bigger, bolder, and louder than what tradition allows, then you're exactly where you need to be. And make sure you stay until the very end. Because what I'm about to share isn't only a wedding idea, it's a vision for a future most people are too afraid to even imagine. Before we go any further, I'd love for you to share my channel link with others, watch my videos as much as you can, and let me know in the comments how many times you've shared and if you watched the full video. I've never believed in small dreams, and I've never believed in small love. When I met her, I realized that a normal wedding just didn't make sense anymore. Why should something as powerful as two lives coming together be limited to a hall, a guest list, and a few rituals? Instead, I started imagining something global, something that goes beyond borders, beyond cultures, beyond expectations. This wedding isn't just about two people. Why? It's about creating a moment where the whole world feels connected, even if it's just for one day. She didn't just agree with this idea, she made it even bigger. While I was focused on scale, she was focused on meaning. She said, if the whole world is invited, then the whole world should truly feel it. That changed everything. Suddenly, this wasn't about showing something grand, it was about creating real impact. It was about building something that connects with people who have never even met us. Something that inspires them to believe that love and ambition can exist together. That your dreams don't have to shrink just because you fall in love. We began planning not just an event, but a full experience. A wedding where technology connects people from every part of the world. Where cultures come together instead of clashing. Where every detail reflects who we are and what we believe in. It's not about luxury. It's about vision. It's about proving that when two people align their purpose, they can create something far bigger than themselves. And yes, it may sound impossible, but so did every great idea at some point. But here's the truth people rarely talk about. Big visions come with big doubts. There were times when it all felt overwhelming. When inviting the entire world felt unrealistic, even a little reckless. That's when she grounded me. She reminded me that the goal isn't perfection, it's authenticity. That, as long as what we're building reflects who we truly are, then it doesn't matter how unconventional it may appear. That's when I understood the real strength of this partnership. It's not only about dreaming big, it's about keeping each other grounded when those dreams begin to feel overwhelming. And in the middle of all this planning, something unexpected happened. The wedding stopped being the destination. It became the beginning, a launch pad for a life where we continue to challenge norms, where we grow, create, and evolve together. The event itself may last a day, maybe a few, but the vision behind it will carry into everything we do. That's what makes this so powerful. It's not an ending. It's a beginning hidden inside a celebration. So yes, the entire world is invited not just to watch, but to feel, to question, to dream bigger about their own lives. Because if there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's this. Love should never limit your vision. It should expand it. It should push you beyond comfort and into possibility. And if you stay with me until the end of this journey, you'll realize this wedding isn't just ours. It's a reminder that the future belongs to those who are bold enough to imagine it differently and brave enough to build it together. From the moment I realized I had found her, I knew my life would never be the same again. For me, love has never been about tradition or following expectations. It has always been about challenging the impossible, about reaching for horizons most people never even see. And when I met her, I realized this wasn't just about two hearts coming together. It was about creating a vision, a life, and a story that could reach far beyond us. Weddings are usually seen as private, intimate moments. But why should something as powerful as love be limited to four walls and a guest list? Why shouldn't it become an idea that inspires, excites, and sparks imagination across the world? That thought alone completely changed how I saw celebration. The whole world should witness this, because love in its purest form is not confined, it is expansive. It breaks boundaries and connects people in ways no ordinary event can. She saw this vision too, in her own way, not as a display, not as ego, but as a chance to turn something personal into something shared. Together, we imagined a wedding that could exist across multiple spaces at once, a celebration where technology and creativity allow anyone, anywhere, to feel the moment, to see it, to be part of it. Planning something like this isn't simple. It requires thinking far beyond traditional methods. It means considering how every detail tells a story, how every decision reflects the future we want to live in. She helped me realize that this wedding isn't just a day, it's a statement, proof that you can love deeply and live ambitiously without compromise. And while building this vision, we faced doubts, challenges, and moments of frustration that could have easily pushed us back into comfort zones. But what makes a vision worth chasing is not the absence of difficulty, it's the courage to keep going even when the path isn't clear. We kept reminding each other that this wedding is not the final goal but the starting point for the life we want to build together. Every detail, from how invitations are imagined to how people experience the day, is designed to show that love is not passive, it is active, it creates, it innovates, it inspires. It pushes boundaries just like great ideas in science and exploration do. It asks what if we could do more, become more, feel more, and that's exactly what we are doing. It is ambitious, yes, and unconventional, absolutely, but that's the whole point, the wedding, the story, the experience. It's bigger than us, because the love behind it is bigger than just two people. It's an invitation for everyone who sees it to rethink what love can be, how it can be shared, and how it can transform not just a life, but a mindset, a culture, and even a world. And that is exactly why the entire world is invited. Because what we are building together is not just a ceremony, it is a vision of what life and love can become when you refuse to accept limits. From the very beginning, we knew this wedding could never be ordinary. Most people see weddings as a sequence of rituals, a checklist of events, outfits, and timelines, but we saw something completely different. To us, this was an opportunity to challenge tradition, to turn a moment into a story that could inspire others, to create something people wouldn't just attend, but remember as a bold example of what's possible when love meets ambition. She has always been someone who sees possibilities where others see limits, someone who questions norms instead of simply accepting them. And that mindset became the foundation of everything we planned. We wanted every part of this wedding, from how guests are invited, to how moments are shared, to feel like an entry into a world where creativity, vision, and connection matter more than tradition. As we imagined this, we began to understand that a wedding is more than just an event, it's an ecosystem. Every detail, from music to design, from technology to experience, reflects who we are and what we believe in. She inspired me to think beyond how a wedding looks, and instead focus on how it feels for everyone involved. How do you make someone across the world feel present in such a personal moment? How do you create experiences that go beyond distance, time, and culture? These questions shaped every decision we made, and through this process we realized something powerful. It's not about size, it's about impact. We want people to walk away from this wedding not just with memories, but with the feeling that love can be bold, meaningful, and transformative. That it can break boundaries while still feeling real. Along the way, there were challenges, coordinating something so vast, considering perspectives from across the world, blending different ideas and experiences. At times it felt overwhelming, but she kept reminding me that this wasn't about avoiding difficulty, it was about embracing it as part of creating something extraordinary. Every obstacle became a chance to innovate, every limitation became a door to creativity. Together, we were building more than a wedding. We were creating a reflection of partnership, vision, and courage. And in doing so, we realized that the impact of this day goes far beyond us. It has the power to inspire others to rethink what love, celebration, and connection can truly be. That realization made every late night, every hard decision, and every unexpected challenge worth it. Because this is not just our story. It's a vision for anyone who believes that life and love can be bigger, bolder, and more connected than what is normally accepted. And the energy, the excitement, and the creativity she brought into this journey are what truly make this wedding a celebration, not just of two lives, but of the endless possibilities that love can unlock. As the plans continued to unfold, one thing became absolutely clear. This wedding was never meant to be just about us. It was meant to be about the world. We began to see that love, when lived without limits, has the power to inspire people far beyond close friends and family. She encouraged me to imagine a wedding that could remind people that connection, creativity, and vision are not just ideas. They are things that can be lived, experienced, and celebrated. From the very first conversations, she made it clear that every detail should tell a story. Every decision should reflect our values, and every moment should invite people to be part of it, whether they are there in person or watching from across the world. This way of thinking completely changed how we approached planning. It was no longer just about logistics or appearance, it became about impact. How can we create experiences that connect with people emotionally, intellectually, and even spiritually? How can a wedding become a platform to show what's possible when ambition and love come together? We started exploring every possibility, from new ways to connect people remotely, to building immersive environments where everyone feels included, no matter the distance. We realized this wedding could set a new example, not just for how ceremonies are done, but for how love itself is celebrated in today's world. And through every step of this journey, I watched her turn uncertainty into opportunity. Challenges that might stop others became chances to innovate. Difficult moments became fuel for creativity, and doubts became tests of resilience. Her vision reminded me that a wedding is not just a single day. It is a statement, a reflection of what two people truly believe in, and a light for others to see that they too can live and love without limits. By the time the details began coming together, it was no longer just about us as individuals. It became about showing that even the most personal experiences, marriage, partnership, love, can carry a global impact. Every discussion, every decision, every step of planning held the potential to inspire someone, somewhere, to think bigger, to dream louder, to love more fearlessly. This realization gave our efforts a purpose beyond celebration. It reminded us that the energy we put into our vision doesn't stay limited to us. It spreads outward, touching lives in ways we may never fully see. And that's why this wedding cannot be ordinary, why the entire world is invited, and why what we are creating together is meant to be seen, felt, and shared on a scale far beyond any traditional ceremony. It stands as proof that love, when approached boldly, has no limits. Every great vision begins with a question, and ours started with the simplest yet most powerful one. Why not? Why not invite the entire world? Why not turn love and celebration into a shared experience instead of something private? Why not imagine a wedding that goes beyond geography, culture, and tradition? That question became the foundation of everything we created together. From the very beginning, it was never enough for us to follow what everyone else does. Ordinary weddings are safe, predictable, and shaped by tradition. But our goal was something entirely different. We wanted to build an experience that challenges thinking, sparks imagination, and invites global participation. She pushed me to look beyond what has already been done and to imagine what's possible when technology, creativity, and passion come together. The planning process was intense. Every detail required attention, not just for how it looked, but for the experience it would create, the connection it would build, and the inspiration it would deliver. How do you design something that feels deeply personal yet connects with everyone? How do you create moments that are intimate for those present while still reaching people across the world? These questions drove our innovation. We explored new ways to connect people, using technology to bridge distance and create a shared sense of presence. We focused on storytelling, on how each element of the day could reflect our journey and our values. She constantly reminded me that impact isn't defined only by size, but by the emotional connection behind every decision. And as we moved through challenges, obstacles, and unexpected situations, I began to realize that this wedding was not just a celebration. It was a demonstration of what's possible when people refuse to accept limits, when they dream boldly, and when they take action without fear. It became a blueprint for living life, loving deeply, and pursuing ambition with curiosity, courage, and creativity. Our ambition was not careless. It was intentional, shaped by a shared vision and a commitment to turning the extraordinary into reality. By inviting the world, we were showing that love, connection, and inspiration are not meant to stay private. They are meant to be shared, multiplied, and experienced together. Every moment of this wedding is designed to spark thought, ignite imagination, and challenge what people believe about celebration, partnership, and human potential. The journey taught us resilience, creativity, and the true power of working together. Most importantly, it showed us that love is not something static. It is a force that creates, connects, and inspires action in anyone willing to look beyond the ordinary. What truly makes this wedding different, what makes it extraordinary, is not just the scale, the visuals, or even the idea of inviting the entire world. It's the intention behind it. From the very start, she and I agreed that this day should represent more than just two people coming together. It should represent a mindset, a philosophy, and a vision for what life and love can become when limits are removed. Most weddings focus on comfort, predictability, and following traditions. Ours is about possibility, risk, and creating something that lives far beyond the moment itself. She challenged me to think not just about who would attend, but who would feel it, who would be inspired, who would realize that love doesn't have to shrink to fit expectations. That mindset transformed every decision, from how we design the experience, to how we connect with people across continents, to the stories we choose to express in every part of the celebration. While planning this, we came to realize that every obstacle carried an opportunity within it. Logistical challenges, technical issues, and even moments of doubt became sparks for innovation. We found new ways to blend technology, creativity, and emotion to build experiences that feel immersive, genuine, and unforgettable. And through this journey, we uncovered a powerful truth that often goes unnoticed, that love, just like any great idea, has the ability to go beyond boundaries and redefine what is possible. It is not passive. It drives action, fuels imagination, and encourages people to think bigger about their own lives. Every part of this wedding has been created to reflect that truth. It is not just a single day. It is a statement that partnership, vision, and courage can exist together, that ambition and love are not opposites, and that when two people align their purpose, they can build something far greater than themselves. She reminded me again and again that the goal is not perfection, it is connection. It's not about meeting expectations, but about going beyond them in ways that truly matter. And as everything started coming together, it became clear that this wedding is more than just a celebration. It is a movement, a message, and an open invitation. An invitation for people to witness what happens when love is approached with boldness, creativity, and without compromise. And through this, we hope to inspire others to rethink what their own relationships, celebrations, and lives could look like when fear is replaced with vision, doubt is replaced with action, and imagination is allowed to grow freely. The final piece of this vision lies in understanding that a wedding, no matter how grand, is ultimately about connection. The connection between two people, and the connection that spreads outward to everyone touched by their story. From the very beginning, we saw this not just as a private milestone, but as an opportunity to create something that could influence, inspire, and energize people everywhere. Every decision we made, every detail we shaped, was guided by that idea. How will this moment be felt, remembered, and shared? We ask questions most people never even think about. How can someone on the other side of the world feel present? How can culture, tradition, and innovation exist together without compromise? How can the energy of love and vision be expanded instead of limited? These questions became the foundation of everything we created. And while answering them, we realized that the process itself, every challenge, every idea, every experiment, was just as powerful as the wedding day. We learned to trust each other, to push each other forward, and to accept uncertainty as a necessary part of creating something extraordinary. She constantly reminded me that this wedding is not about impressing people. It's about inspiring them. It's about showing that love, ambition, and creativity can exist together and even strengthen each other. As the plan became clearer, it was obvious that this wedding is not just a single event. It is the beginning of a story, one that can spread outward, challenge beliefs, and expand perspectives. Inviting the world is symbolic, but it is also real. We want people to see that what we are building together is proof that extraordinary things are possible when vision, courage, and collaboration come together. And through all of this, the core lesson has remained simple yet powerful. Love should never be limited, reduced, or shaped just to meet expectations. It should be bold, it should be innovative, and it should inspire. That is why every decision we made, every risk we took, and every step we followed was designed to show the limitless power of partnership. The wedding itself may be just a day, but the vision, the meaning, and the energy behind it will continue far beyond that moment, continuing to challenge, inspire, and elevate anyone who experiences it. In the end, this wedding is more than just a celebration of two people coming together. It is a statement, a vision, and an invitation. It is proof that love can be limitless, that ambition and partnership can exist side by side, and that even the most personal experiences can extend outward and inspire the world. From the smallest detail to the grandest vision, every part of this journey reflects courage, creativity, and a refusal to accept limits. Together, we have created something that is not just about a single day, but about a philosophy that love should expand horizons, challenge traditions, and connect people across distances and differences. So today, as we open our hearts and our lives, I want to ask you something. Have you shared my channel with your friends?